Hey everyone, my name is Anibal Mijangos and I'm here again at the Sivana Solar headquarters. I'm so glad you could join us today. I hope you had a fantastic Mother's Day weekend. So this video, this live, is going to be a three-part series. Of course, as you can see here, PPA and purchase over here. PPA and purchase. So in this video specifically, we're going to be covering the pros of PPA and a purchase. And then the following day, tomorrow, is going to be the cons of PPA and purchase. And the reason for that is because we want to make sure that you're well informed. Going solar is an exciting step and every homeowner should be considering it because of course it's going to be the law. I mean, it is the law. SB 100, you can go ahead and do a review, but we're also going to be doing a Facebook Live covering that information as well. So as a homeowner, you should be well informed before making the full decision to go solar because of course it is a big investment. And then the following day, on Thursday, we're going to be covering the topic of which one should you choose. Now, there are different situations when a PPA would be a lot more beneficial to you as a homeowner than a purchase. But of course, on the long term, purchase will always make a lot more sense. But we'll cover the details on Thursday. So make sure to follow our Facebook page, Sivana Solar, and stay up to date with all the information that we're going to be putting out to you. So let's go ahead and start. Like I said, my name is Anibal Mijangos and I'm here, the Vice President of Sivana Solar. We started out to make sure that there's a lot of benefit for the homeowner. We want to make sure that we guide the homeowner in the right direction. So that's why we're creating all this content. We're going to be creating a lot of content to make sure to help you make the right decision for you. So let's begin. PPA. What exactly is a PPA? The PPA simply stands for Power Purchase Agreement. And it's quite literally what it sounds like. You as a homeowner, you are agreeing to purchase power. Now, there's multiple pros and cons to this, and we'll be covering the cons tomorrow. But for the first pro of the PPA is that it's quite literally, you're just switching plans. Switch plans. Switch plans. So to put it simply, it's almost as if you're switching from AT&T to Verizon, DirecTV to Dish Network. And the reason for that is because right now you will be most likely be paying your utility company a high rate. Whether it's Edison, LEWP, PG&E, other small cities, they may have their own utility companies. If you're out of California and in other states, thank you very much for visiting us, and I hope you get a lot of great information. But also, it's going to be applying the same principles to you, even if you're out of state. With the PPA, you're simply switching from your current utility company over to a new solar utility company. So instead of paying Edison or whatever your traditional utility company is, this solar program is going to be your new utility company. So that's what it means by switching plans. Now, one of the extreme benefits of PPA that a lot of homeowners love is, of course, fixed rate. Now, for a lot of utility companies, they're always going to be increasing their rate. So I'm sure if you've been living in your home for quite some time now, you most likely have noticed that in the past, your utility rate, it most likely was like at 10 cents, then it jumped to 12 cents, then it jumped to 14 cents, and now in California, the average is 16 cents. So over time, it has been increasing. And of course, looking at the past trend, we can honestly and predict that it's going to continue increasing without any signs of stopping. And the reason for that is because utility companies want to, of course, make money. They're a for-profit company, and so they need to go out there and make their money. And they do so by continuously increasing their rates. By switching your plan to a PPA, you're essentially getting a fixed rate. You have the option to get a fixed rate. So you're going to be paying your utility company a high rate, and then by switching to a PPA, you get offered a smaller rate. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, I just had to go ahead and undo the screensaver on my laptop because I have my notes over there. But yeah, so essentially you're going from a high rate to a lower rate. Now, of course, a lot of traditional PPAs, they have an increase escalator, which is the percentages of increasing every single year. They have a traditional escalator of 2.9%. But here at Sivana Solar, we provide the homeowner the opportunity to lock in that rate. And I'm sure if you're going to be talking to a solar company, whether it's us, Sivana Solar, or some other solar company, definitely ask if a fixed rate is possible if you're choosing a PPA. And the reason for that is because throughout the duration of the agreement of the PPA, your rate remains locked. So, to show you an example, let's go ahead and put it over here. So like I said, the traditional average in California is 16 cents for the rate of electricity. Now we can honestly predict that it's going to be continuously increasing since it's going to be locked on a PPA if your solar company gives you that option, and if you choose the fixed rate, it means it remains the same throughout the duration of the agreement. So over time, your savings continuously increase, which is fantastic. A lot of people love this, and of course, a lot of people take advantage of this. So remember, fixed rate is an incredible benefit of the PPA. And of course, increasing rates is what happens right now in traditional utility companies. So make sure that you're aware of your options. So let's go on to the next one of PPA, and that's maintenance included. Maintenance included. So, maintenance included. And now this one is something that a lot of homeowners need to make sure that they're aware of. And the reason for that is because when you do a PPA, you as a homeowner are not the owner of the solar system. The owner of the solar system is the solar company that provided you the PPA. Here at Sivana Solar, we provide two forms of PPAs, one with Vivint Solar and one with Sunrun. So these companies would essentially be the owners of those solar system. Since they're the owners, they want to make sure that the system that is put on your roof is working all the time. In order to make sure that happens, 24/7 monitoring happens. In case something happens to the solar panel and it's not functioning anymore, they send out someone to make sure it's repaired at no cost to you, the homeowner. So that's why a lot of people love the PPA, because maintenance is included. So one of the things that happened actually where I live in Santa Clarita, so a few years ago there was a lot of fires, and what ended up happening was that it started raining ash like crazy. And this ash covered the solar panels. And since there was a pretty thick layer of ash on the solar panels, these panels were not able to produce electricity. So the homeowners that had a PPA, these companies, the solar companies, they would send out someone to the homes to make sure that the solar panels were clean. And the reason for that is because they want to make sure the homeowner is receiving as much electricity as possible by the production of the solar panels. So that's one of the great benefits of the PPA. So fantastic. So now let's go over to the purchase. And of course, if you have any questions about either of these, make sure to put them in the comments, either right now for those people who are watching the Facebook Live, or if you're watching a replay of it, still go ahead and put it in the comments. We'll still receive a notification of it, and we'll go ahead and make sure that your questions are answered. So, purchase. Let's go ahead and erase that. Perfect. So, in a purchase, you have two ways of really getting a purchase. You can go ahead and just buy flat out cash, or you can finance it through a loan. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the first one. When you purchase a system, whether it's cash or a loan, you own all of the energy. Own all energy. Own all energy. Now, this is one of the biggest differences between these two. In a PPA, you're still going to be ending up paying for all of the energy that it produces. This fixed rate, it's a rate that you pay based on the production of the electricity of the solar system. On the purchase itself, once you pay off all of the loan, or if you paid in full, you own all of the energy that the system produces. What this means is that after you fully pay off the loan, you will no longer have to worry about paying for the energy that the system produces. On a PPA, you will be paying a fixed rate for the energy that the system produces. After you own the system in full on the purchase, you own all of the energy. That means you will no longer have to pay for that energy because it is yours. So a lot of homeowners, they love this concept. They love owning their energy. They have more control over it. They essentially become independent of the utility companies, which is fantastic. So next one. 30% tax credit. Now this is something that a lot of homeowners need to also be aware of, because this is a fantastic program that is actually disappearing at the end of this year, 2019. Next year, it will be 26%. So that 4% can be a big difference, hundreds of dollars that essentially could reduce your loan, or it could be applicable to any other thing. So for eligible homeowners that are qualified for this 30% tax credit, they essentially go ahead and fill out a form and send it off to the IRS. The IRS then sends to the homeowner a credit that is 30% of the total system value. So a lot of homeowners love taking advantage of this, of course, that if they qualify. Now, since this is a tax credit, it can be applicable to anything. You as a homeowner, you can make the decision to go ahead and apply this 30% to the loan, or you can go ahead and put it to something else. Like you can go on a nice vacation. If you have student loans, a lot of people love putting it towards their student loans. So yeah, you have full control over this 30% tax credit, which is fantastic. And of course, this only happens with a purchase, not a PPA. Next one, property tax exclusion. Property tax exclusion is another fantastic benefit of purchasing your home. Now, one of the things that a lot of people get confused about this is the market value. When you make a purchase, when you purchase the solar system, you're essentially making an addition to your real property, your home. And so what ends up happening is that when you have to go off and sell your home, a property assessor, an appraiser comes and goes ahead and takes a look at all the property. So once that happens, they go ahead and take a look at everything, and based off of the new additions on the property, they have to go ahead, you as a homeowner would have to pay new property taxes. Thanks to this property tax exclusion, what ends up happening is that by putting the solar system on your property, the property value increases, but your property taxes do not. Now, I know for sure California has this. So it's fantastic. For a lot of people in California, make sure to take advantage of this, because this as well is leaving 2025. So it's leaving soon. It'll come a lot faster than you think. Now, a bunch of states in the United States also have this property tax exclusion. So make sure to do your research. If you want some help in doing that research, we can go ahead and help you out with that as well. But definitely see if your state has this, because it's another great benefit that a lot of homeowners should be taking advantage of. So we covered three each, PPA and purchase. I hope you got some fantastic information out of this. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Go ahead and drop us a comment if you have any questions, and make sure to share this Facebook Live, this video, with a homeowner that you believe could benefit from all this information. Of course, make sure to drop in the comments any questions that you may have. I know that I went over this information, and there's a lot more details, in-depth details that I could answer for you. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Make sure to go ahead and follow us, because tomorrow we're going to be talking about the cons of each of them. Remember, with every option that you have, there's always going to be pros and cons, and depending on your situation, one may be better for you than the other. So make sure to watch tomorrow for the cons. And then the following day, on Thursday, we're going to be talking about the different cases, scenarios that you should be looking for to truly find out which program is a lot more beneficial for you, the homeowner. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you.